future. Get ready for the ride. We're going down to hell tonight, so strap yourself inside. There's a glaring contradiction in your world that's made of glass. Something small can shatter it and nail you to the past. The road beneath your wheels, the madness that you feel. Oh, you will pay with your life.
Welcome to the Metal Voice. Today on the show, U.D.O. Look at my shirt. That's what we got. U.D.O. U.D.O. And his new album, we'll say his new live album called Navy Metal Nights. A lot of people love this stuff. A lot of people don't love this stuff. I kind of like this stuff. This is when a band performs their hits with an orchestra. This time around, U.D.O. Schneider is performing his hits from his solo career with the German Navy Orchestra. Giles, what's going on, my friend?
How you doing there, Jimmy? Good to be here, and good to be talking about U.D.O.
U.D.O. So, right off the bat, I gotta tell you my opinion, Giles. I like this. I mean, I love hearing all the different songs from his catalog, a lot of slow tracks, because he does have a lot of slow tracks off every album, and now he's used the orchestra not to take away from his songs, but to enhance these classic songs and new fresh recordings. Stuff like Heart of Gold, Animal House, King of Mean, Man and Machine. I mean, you're getting songs from every era of U.D.O. solo era. Giles, what were your first thoughts when you played this?
My first thoughts when I played this was how brilliant it was, actually. How fantastic and well put together. U.D.O. is one artist that is associated with Accept, but what a lot of people forget is he's got absolute phenomenal canon of songs from his band U.D.O. that stack up easily against anything he's done with Accept. I mean, you're always going to have that, that call for balls to the wall or something like that, but when you look at an U.D.O. set list, and if you look at the set list on this, you just go, wow, I can't believe it. Futureland, Independence Day, Heart of Gold, Man and Machine, Faceless World, Trainride in Russia, Animal House. It's just all there. This guy is just delivering knockout after knockout, and it really becomes apparent when I've checked out a few of U.D.O.'s live releases, and one thing that is, as I said, always apparent is that this guy did not disappear after Accept. He got better. The songs got better. It's just really just nailing it time after time, compositionally. Every album always, had some real classic metal anthems. Very impressive catalog. The band's called U.D.O, but let's call it the solo post-Accept solo records of U.D.O. are brilliant. The songs are fantastic.
This is available on 2 CDs as well as a DVD. And you see U.D.O. there with his tuxedo on. He's in his element. He just loves it. He's crooning away or screaming away, whatever you want to say. U.D.O. does such a great job at presenting his hits off his solo album, and everybody should go and check that out. Now, here's the debate. You ready for the debate? Here's the debate part of the show, which I didn't mention at the beginning. U.D.O. announced that he's doing an Accept farewell tour. A lot of folks online are digging this. A lot of folks online are saying, wait, what's going on? You can't do this. It's sacrilege. What do you think, Giles? And I'll give you my opinion afterwards.
Why the hell not? They're his songs as much as anyone else's. And you know what? He's, at the very least, he's the voice of the classic voice of those songs. Why shouldn't he go out and do what needs to be done?
So everybody, tell us what you think. Do you think it's a good idea that U.D.O. goes out on a farewell tour to play only Accept songs? Is this a good idea? Send us your comments. Tell us what you think. Myself, I think we're getting the best of both worlds here. Accept, they're playing a lot of tracks off the last 3 albums with Mark, which is fantastic, phenomenal, and throwing in a couple of classic Accept songs as well, with the U.D.O. of course singing, or we used to sing. And now we're getting U.D.O. going on his last tour, and he's 62 years old. Keep in mind, he's 62 years old. He's not going to do this forever. He's going to go around and play all the songs we never get to hear. You're getting the best of both worlds. What I'd like to see them both go out together and just, play the old, play the new. Hey man, even throw in David Reese there while we're at it, right? Just do a U.D.O. Accept fest.
He's
Well, I
not a
think-
sack of potatoes. You don't just throw in David Reese.
I know. Why not? Just throw him in anyways.
When David Reese walks on stage,
Replace him.
everyone else is just throwing in because David Reese is the freaking man.
Well, that's my opinion. I say good on U.D.O, good on Accept. I love Accept. I love seeing them in concert. I love U.D.O. I've seen him in concert. He's fantastic. Why not?
Right.
Why not go out with one last hurrah, play all those classic Accept songs?
Hey, we're here outside live on a Metal Voice in this edition with Matt Marinelli from Borealis,
Hey,
touring around the Canada and the United States. You know, you were one of the up-and-coming bands I chose for my pick years ago on the Metal Voice. Glad to see you out touring with a new album called Purgatory.
Yes, it's about time. It took us a while, but
That's it. The last time was like 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been doing all that time?
We've been writing, but we also the bass player had a kid, and the drummer went to school. So just life in
Life
general.
happened.
So yeah, life happened, which it's a good thing, but it just took us a little bit longer to finish the album.
And you know, we want to get into the album talking about Purgatory. Like I said earlier, I can't stop listening to it. I mean, it's a much more mature album, I find. You had me with Fall From Grace, and this album, just your vocals, double bass drum galore.
Yes.
So what was the thinking going into this album?
We wanted something heavy but very melodic. We also wanted lots of orchestrations. That was our, not overpowering, but just to add that emotion and kind of atmosphere to the album. So that was probably the biggest difference with Purgatory than it was with Fall From Grace, was the orchestrations.
Yeah, it seems like the keyboards are much more prevalent on this album compared to the last.
Yes, no, for sure. And we wanted to use like real cello sounds and violins and choirs and stuff like that, just to give it that authentic
Yeah,
tone, that movie-ish kind of.
yeah, you got the keyboards, you got, like I said, the guitar sound. Your vocals are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And who's singing on the second track? There's a female vocalist.
Yes, it's Sarah D. Sean Dowell, when he was going to school, actually became friends with her, and they were in the same class, and we just found out that she could sing.
She could sing.
And at the very beginning, we wanted a female vocalist for that part, so it was just trying to find one, and when she came to the studio, it was perfect, so everything worked out.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a concept album.
Yes, yeah.
Well, you can say what the story's about, or you wanted it to be a surprise, or?
Well, no, it's a very dark story. It covers loss and abuse, and the basic storyline of it is a family give birth to a little girl, and during childbirth, the mother dies. After that, the father he can't get over the fact that his wife has passed, and he kind of blames the daughter for this. And over the years, the daughter to get away from his abuse, she kind of creates this perfect image of her mother, being like, she's the perfect person that I want to be with. And sadly, she decides to end her life to be reunited with her mom. But because she created such a sin, she went into purgatory instead. And from that point on, she's trying to find her way to her mother. And then with the ending song, Revelation, that's when she finds her way home, or becomes reunited with her mom.
That's a pretty intense concept there.
It's pretty deep, yeah.
And taking an album like this and transferring to the stage, what are some of the challenges to do that?
The orchestrations, of course, because we do have a lot more elements in it, but a lot of the, especially metal industry, they have a lot of backing tracks just to fill out some of the missing pieces. Again, we're all playing 99% of everything. It's just the odd choir or the odd cello will be backing track, just so you can relive that CD sound live.
We were joking earlier about being a struggling Canadian band or a young band. What's that like being out on tour? What are some of the struggles you encounter?
Sleep. Showering is probably the number one. Eating is fine. There's so many fast food places, and they're pretty cheap, especially in America. But no, I would say showering is the biggest hassle, and it's loading the equipment. You don't really realize it, but when you're loading in and out every day, it just gets tiring. But again, that's part of the deal. So we don't complain. It's just if someone said, "What would you want to take away?" That would be probably loading all the
So
equipment.
the next time Borealis is in your neighborhood, volunteer to be a roadie. They won't say no. That's the
Exactly.
message that Matt's sending out to
Exactly.
everybody. And you know, I just want to Borealis. If you try to Google you see all kinds of these beautiful northern lights.
Yes.
Let everybody know how to get in touch with you, check you out.
Facebook right now is our probably our number one thing. Our website's under construction at the moment.
So again, you got to check out Purgatory. You will not be disappointed. It's already one of my picks for the top album of the year. We're only nearly September here. So you go and see them. They're going to come live to you sometime soon. Check them out. A great triple bill. Matt, thanks very much
Thank
for
you.
being on the Metal Voice today.
Thank you.